Hey, what's going on, everybody? Deeptesh here. Welcome back to the channel. So, I was just out of curiosity, just comparing my 4-year-old Galaxy S20 FE 5G with the newly acquired Galaxy S26 with the Exynos 2600. Okay, and I don't know why I just thought about comparing the two. Okay, as you can see clearly, the right side photo is on the Galaxy S20 FE 5G SMG781B, and the left side photo is on the Galaxy S26. Okay, uh, I don't know. Out of curiosity, I wanted to compare them, and I was kind of shocked. And what shocked me the most was there isn't much of a difference. And that is why I've been ranting in my previous video in my camera comparison that the S26 is not even close to being worth over 80,000 rupees. Not even close. Like I wouldn't pay over like 40,000 rupees for a phone like that. I did because I'm making videos, but I wouldn't if I would personally purchase it. So take a look at this first photo. This is shot on the main camera of both of these two phones. And on the left, we have the S26, on the right, we have the S25G. And what my expectation is, because the S26 has newer camera sensors, much newer processor, way better algorithms. This is running One UI 8 something something, whereas on my S25G I'm running One UI 5.1. And I cannot say that the S26 is like head and shoulders above the S20 FE 5G. So what I'm observing over here is that the S26 has lesser noise reduction, whereas the S20 FE5G has more noise reduction. But again, like despite having differences in noise reduction levels, what I expect is the S26 to have both lower noise as well as having more detail. But I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing the S26 is capturing a bit more detail. Like there are some, like if you zoom in very close, you can see that there is a bit more detail on the S26, but the problem is it is not having lower noise. In fact, it is having smeary noise all over the place. Like you can see the sky, the noise reduction is very splotchy. It's leaving all kinds of artifacts on the sky. I know the S20 FE5G is having a lot of noise reduction, but of course it's a really old phone and it was quite good for its time. But like so many years later, the S26, I'm not seeing the S26 to absolutely, I'm not seeing the S26 absolutely obliterating the S20 FE5G is what I would have expected. You can clearly see I'm zooming in quite far, and you can see that yes, the S26 has more detail, but it is also very it has too much noise reduction artifacts. Like the noise reduction quality or algorithm or whatever you want to call it is not, it doesn't seem to be that sophisticated in my opinion. Okay, so moving on to the next image. So this is the next image, and of course you can clearly see one thing, that the S26 has a much bigger sensor, and so you have a lot more background blur. But if you take a look at the detail, again, it is bit better on the S26, like a little bit better, but not really that much better. And I'm doing all of these in the low light. In daylight, the S26 will be much better because S26 has 24 megapixel mode also available, so it will capture more detail. But in low light, like I would have expected them much more advanced processor, algorithms, camera sensor to totally obliterate the S20 A5G, but it is really not the case. Like you can see, like this is why I made this video. Like I was quite puzzled and I was actually kind of shocked that how is this possible that the S20 FE5G is keeping up with the S26 pretty well. You can see. Okay. If you look into the sky, right? If you look into the sky, you can see that the S26 has again splotchy noise reduction artifacts. It's not pleasant looking. Moving on to the next shot. So this is the next shot. If I again zoom into the image, you can see over here. Like I'm not seeing the S26 capture more detail than the S20 FE. Like am I tripping over here? this thing seriously shocked me right now. Uh, yeah, it's barely any difference. They almost capture the same level of detail, both of these. Just there is a little bit of difference in noise reduction level, but apart from it, I don't see any difference. Okay, so this is the other photo, which is this is a main camera shot. I just took a photo of myself pointing the rear camera at me, and you can clearly see that the S26 has much more shallower depth of field, so there's more background blur compared to the S20 FE because of the larger sensor. But if I zoom into the photo, again you can see that I don't know why, but the S20 5G is holding up really well. Like certain cases there is more detail, some cases S26 is more detail. Both of these are going back and forth. Like one is not outperforming the other with a with a big margin, which is what shocked me a lot. You can clearly see it's not much of a difference. In fact, if I zoom in the background, you can see the noise reduction on the S26 is it is quite weird. It doesn't look good. Now I also shot a couple of comparisons with the telephoto camera. Now the S20 FE 5G had a very basic telephoto camera for its time. Like the phone was actually famous for the fact that it even included a telephoto, an optical zoom camera at that price. And it was just an 8 megapixel 1 over 1 point, I think 1 over 4.5 inch. So it's smaller than a quarter inch sensor. Whereas the S26 is still a pretty pathetic sensor by today's standard, but better than the S20 5G. Now, once again, one thing that you will see right off the bat is the noise reduction algorithm on the S26 it doesn't look pleasing. It is not fine noise, it is noise reduced, but again it's leaving a lot of artifacts, like a lot of blocks, blocky, splotchy marks all over the screen. You can see the wall has this noise texture which doesn't even look natural. Take a look at the this snack over here. You can see it's like somebody took a brush and cleaned up the noise. And I'm genuinely not finding a major difference in the detail as well. Right? This is unexpected. Like little bit, yeah, there is a bit more detail on the S26, but come on guys. Look what we're comparing. An S26 against an S20 FE 5G from like half a decade ago. So here is another telephoto shot over here, and you can see the noise reduction. The noise reduction is kind of messed up on the S26. Yes, it has more detail, but not that big. The only biggest difference which I saw was in with the ultra wide, where the S26 is just way better than the S20 5G. It's clearly like it captures way more detail, processing is better, the sensor is better. So only the ultra wide sensor has had a major jump, but apart from it, I don't see much of a difference, guys. Here is a video comparison, 4K 30 FPS, and once again, like really there isn't much of a difference, guys. These two are very close. The S26 is having just the tiniest bit of advantage when it comes to the details, but again, not much in between the two. Quite shocking. This is a low light video. So, yep. Alright guys, that's all I want to talk about in this video. I just out of curiosity, I compared the S20 5G against the S26, and I was shocked to see how little of a difference it is between the two. And that is why I've been saying that Samsung has been stagnant for so long. And it's quite sad that most people don't call them out for being so stagnant. Yet they would tear apart other manufacturers if they slack off a little bit, but not Samsung. So yeah, that's all I want to talk about in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Do let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.